Welcome to tonight's broadcast against the Reed Spring Wolves versus the Mount Vernon Mountaineers. This broadcast is being brought to you by Branson Bank, 10 years strong, and Ozark Mountain Pizza, a great place for a family night out. We'll be right back here after a few commercial messages.
Here at Jim's Historic Barbershop, you always get an old school barbershop experience. Classic haircuts at an affordable price. Traditional straight razor shaves with hot towels and all the extras. All with the feeling of the original barbershop experience.
All the love you give, they just won't take. You can ask them, please.
Come visit Jim's Historic Barbershop in downtown Reed Spring.
At Oakley Auto World, we strive to be your all-around best option when buying a vehicle. High-quality inventory that goes through a 128-point inspection, a service department available to anyone needing it, a custom T-Roc Jeeps for people wanting something unique, and customer service that works to get the right vehicle at the right price. Come see us at Oakley Auto World.
Welcome back at the commercial break. What a night for football, ladies and gentlemen. It's a special night for multiple reasons, but number one, we got a new person with me today, Mr. Ty Cooper. I was a little confused you just got Ty Borch, but we got a little bit taller Ty tonight, so just introduce yourself a little bit.
It's an honor being here, and I just can't wait to watch some great football, especially with this game.
Yep.
Just ready for some great football, especially with some history between these two teams right here.
Yeah, absolutely. Last week was an absolute just killer of a game.
Yeah.
It was absolutely fantastic to watch. That was one of the funnest football games I've ever watched, and it was against Lamar. We unfortunately did lose. It was 27-24, but what a game. Our boys played great, but tonight, we all know how Reed Spring and Mount Vernon have had a history together, and tonight, this is one of the main games Reed Spring wants to win. But, man, it's going to be an exciting night. Like I said, for multiple reasons, and it's also a special night for a lot of reasons, but this is the third game in the season. We have a new coach, Coach McFarland, so this is kind of the time where we're clicking with the players, clicking with the new offensive system, new defensive system as well. It's kind of highlight on some of the points of how it's kind of changed this year for the Reed Spring Wolves.
It's just changed a lot just because kind of a dual threat, just passing and just kind of mixing things up with the running game and the passing game, especially with it's big for Matt Allison just being a dual threat quarterback.
Yes.
And it's perfect for him with his speed, and he can go on the run anytime as he wants.
Absolutely.
Especially with Colton Cramblett, that you can give the ball to him, and that's just perfect.
Yes, absolutely. If you guys have watched Reed Spring football for a long time, this year is completely different. We run what's called a spread offense, which the goal is in the name, to spread the defense out as far as possible to open up running lanes and passing lanes for the offense. See, people are used to watching smash mouth football with Reed Spring, dives and counters right up the middle, but it's definitely a lot different this year. It's a lot more fun to watch. But I'm excited. We have so many great players, but Mount Vernon, let's talk about them a little bit. Mount Vernon is ranked number 4 on Ozone for high schools in the state, like in our area. So this isn't a team to mess with. And it looks like kickoff is about to start here. But, this is an exciting game for multiple reasons. It looks like we are receiving first, the Reed Spring Wolves. Let's see, special teams is how you set the tone for the game.
Oh, yeah, especially with a lot of the energy coming into the game. It's just kind of a way to set the tone.
Absolutely. The number 2, Evan Gross with the kickoff return here. Oh, that's just a great job for Mount Vernon right there.
Mount Vernon's trying to be known for their defense. They just like to be really tough out there.
Oh. And also now we're doing a new special segment here before the game, impact players to watch. And obviously for the Reed Spring side, we have Colton Cramblett and Caden Weisman. Colton Cramblett, he is the Ozone running back to watch this year for the Big 8. So explosive on offense and defense. He's the leader of this team. And Caden Weiss, the young buck, he is an absolute physical presence at the tight end position. He can catch run blocks, and very good on the catching game. Talk about the impact players for Mount Vernon.
Yeah, for Mount Vernon, so we got their quarterback, Mason Ballet. He's a really good quarterback. He's got a good arm. But not only that, we got to be careful because he has a lot of speed and can run. And then Rafe Darter, he's just a receiver, just tall and uses his height, and just really good, just because of his size, just reaching over tall people and taking advantage of it.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, with size at a wide receiver position, that is so valued in so many ways. 2nd down and 9 here for the Wolves. Couldn't really get much on 1st down there. I'll say, the past couple games, we've been doing a lot of the jet sweeps, all of the pitches, trying to get to the outside. Because, I mean, that spread offense, like I've been talking about, just spreads them out, which opens lanes to the outside mostly. I mean, I like that play call on 2nd down. Even though we only picked up 2 yards, I mean, this is the beginning of the game is, I mean, for any sport, it's kind of just feeling it out, feeling what the defense is, what kind of formation they're in, what will work against it. So, I mean, that's not a bad play call.
Especially getting used to the defense and just trying to adapt to what's going on and what they're attacking with them.
Absolutely. And like I talked about, there's the impact play right there. Yeah. I mean, that was perfect execution right there. I mean, Caden Weiss, number 30, on that beautiful slant route right in the middle of the field. Like, that's a textbook route for tight ends. So, I mean, their size and his speed, I mean, no linebacker can.
His size is perfect for anything.
Can match up. And that was just a perfect connection from Matt Allison. And talk about Matt Allison for a little bit. I mean, first year's quarterback, but I mean, he's done everything we can ask for.
Yeah, he's playing really well. I mean, he's doing the best he can do, and he's playing like he's been playing quarterback his whole high school career.
That's right. It's just his leadership. He's just so level-headed is my favorite thing about him. Mount Vernon's doing a great job sealing the edge right now. See, what Mount Vernon's always been good at and what they're known for is their defense. Like, all 11 guys on the field rush to the ball with their angles. They're so disciplined by their head coach. It's unbelievable. And they come out with so many different defensive formations to throw the offense off. Play a lot of zone, they play a lot of man, a lot of cover 2, cover 3. They mix it up all the time, which makes it hard as an offensive coordinator. 2nd down and 11 here for the Wolves. Man, Mount Vernon's doing a great job, like I said, defensively, but up front, the D-line have, decided the game so far and early.
For Reed Springs, we just got to make sure that we block the right gaps and just get to the right area so we can get an open gap for one of our running backs.
And we know Reed Spring, we have a very good lineman core. It's just, right now, those are like communication errors and little pregame jitters, all it looks like right now.
Especially for being a big game and a big rival, it's just, we need to do everything right just to win this game.
Absolutely. Ooh.
Oh.
Wow. Well, what can you do? That was just that D lineman did get a hand on that, what it looks like. I mean, it was a wobbly pass. But
that was a good tip, too, especially by them.
Mount Vernon came out, set the tone for them. That's exactly what you want, and even more. And so your goal on the first drive is always a 3 and out, but I mean, they got a 3 and a cherry on top of that little interception. Offensively for Reed Spring, I mean, mistakes happen, but
especially with the new offense, there's obviously going to be some errors in it, and just you're going to have to learn from it and just focus on the next play.
Exactly. It's the beginning of the first quarter. It's not the fourth quarter. We have plenty of time for Reed Spring to figure it out and tighten the screws a little bit.
Too, so.
Yes. All right, let's see what Mount Vernon comes out in here. Nice little outside handoff here for Mount Vernon. Looks like great tackle there by number 59, I believe, Caden Sadler for Reed Spring. I mean, he is just an absolute presence on both sides of the ball, offense and defense. He controls the ends because he's a tackle, which is the farthest lineman out on the offensive line, and he's a D-end, so he controls the end. So, on both sides, every aspect of football, he controls those edges. Did a beautiful job right there. Great wrap-up, great pursuit. Ooh, great pass there from Mount Vernon.
That was one of their impact players, great starter with the touchdown.
I mean, I can already tell he has an arm. Like their quarterback. I mean, that was just a beautiful throw, right down the middle, right down the seam. Yeah, Mount Vernon's definitely came out and showed us what they want to do in this game.
It's almost like you can't really play the guessing game to guess if they're going to run or not. You just got to kind of suspect a pass just because that's their strength right now.
Ooh, that kick barely got in there. Yeah. Wow. Mount Vernon taking an early early lead here in the first quarter with just over 8 minutes to go. Mount Vernon 7, Reed Springs 0.
Kind of sets the tone there for a little bit, just because now we just got to fire back strong with a touchdown, hopefully. So.
I know you would agree with me on this, but since you play multiple sports, basketball, golf, and all of that, but sports is all about momentum. I mean, it truly is. The momentum in sports is how you win or lose a ball game. Just kidding. I mean, what they did, defensive interception led to that. I mean, immediate offensive touchdown in 2 plays. I mean, they are feeling it. They're feeling it right now. They're confident, and that momentum is just rolling with it.
And for Reed Springs, they just need to make sure that just doesn't get to their head, and just make sure to keep battling, because it's going to happen. Just with the new offense and defense, you're just going to have to be there and just keep fighting.
Absolutely. Reed Springs faced some adversity early on in this game. It doesn't matter what happened last drive. It matters what you do to change it this drive. That's really all it comes down to. But it all starts right here on special teams. Execute it. Get the ball rolling in our direction.
If they can fire back here perfectly, that's just going to show what Mount Vernon's got to battle up against.
Yeah, I just want to talk about real quick. I mean, even though this is an away game and we're about an hour away, I mean, the Reed Springs fans, we've absolutely filled up the away section of the game. Yeah, it just shows you the love and support we get from our community every night, in and out. Oof. Not a bad kick by Mount Vernon.
Luckily, it went out of bounds and didn't go forward or anything. So.
I mean, the biggest thing about returning on special teams is just making sure you got the ball for offense. Don't do anything too fancy and lose the ball. Possessions, possessions, possessions. Looks like we do have a timeout here. What a start already for Mount Vernon. I mean, just kind of touch on the things they've done to explode out this early.
They ran the ball just a few times, but mainly it was just their passing. I mean, we didn't suspect that, and he was just wide open. So I think main thing for them is they're going to try to pass a lot just to get us on our feet. But then we just got to make sure we get that, but not only that, make sure they don't catch us off guard with a big run.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we haven't seen much from Mount Vernon, but they definitely showed that they can throw the football, which means we have to respect the pass, but also be wary of the run. But it's all right. First quarter, get back out there, new drive.
A lot of time left on the game.
Well, like I say, even though it wasn't an interception last year, I do want to see Matt Allison still being confident with the football. There's nothing to hang his head over right now. Mistakes happen. We also like to see a bigger push from the O-line as well. We've kind of struggled in the trenches so far.
I would like to see Colton Cramblett get loose here for a big run.
Yeah, we haven't seen Colton Cramblett so far. It's been kind of surprising.
And if we get a big run out of that, that'll just put a lot of fire in our teammates and just kind of pump them up.
Touch on it a little bit for me. Like, what makes Colton Cramblett so hard to tackle in open field?
I think the reason for him is just kind of his size, and he just kind of puts his head down. He just has that mentality of not wanting to bring down. He's just like, he's wanting a touchdown every time he has the ball in his hands.
Yeah, so he is just so strong and explosive. It's so hard to tackle one-on-one. What a breakup there for Mount Vernon. Wow, their defense is playing out of their mind at the moment. We tried to hit a little quick slant right there to get Matt Allison a little bit more confident, a little bit more feeling of the game. But, that was absolutely shut down. But it looks like a corner for Mount Vernon.
I think we should try to
number
go to
7.
Cramblett just because we haven't gone to him yet. So, we just need to see what he can do and just see what he can do for us.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. We do need to get our run game started, get our passing game opened up. Looks like we do. We go right to Colton Cramblett right there. Not a bad run up the middle. I think we picked up probably 3 or 4 yards. We touched on this a little bit before the game, but I mentioned to you just how athletic this Mount Vernon team is. They might not be the most physical group I've ever seen, but I tell you what, they are quick, they play fast, and they play hard. Like they are all across the board. They're very athletic at every position.
Especially with them not being very big, they have to focus on that just because some of the teams that they play, they're going to be bigger than them, but they sometimes come out with the win.
Looks like Evan Gross has got a lot of touches, number 2 early this game. Evan Gross is just an explosive athlete. I've never met someone in my life that can jump as high as him for how short he is, I'm going to be honest. I'll say that was a good run by Evan. It picked up the first down for us. I have a feeling this game is going to be all about third down football because it's going to be a dogfight because this defense isn't going to give us big chunks of yards. We're going to have to fight 3 or 4 yards at a time. It's just how good Mount Vernon is. how defensively sound, how disciplined.
Speaking of that defense right there, they stopped us right there.
I tell you what, we love motioning out Evan Gross right now. Every single player motioning him out to the flat, to the edge right there. I mean, I like the idea of a fake jet sweep because I've gone to that a lot already this game, but man, we just can't get any push up front. And I was worried about that before the game because their linemen, they aren't, like we said, they aren't big, but they're just so quick and their feet are fast. I mean, as big boys, I mean, it's hard to move our feet that fast to keep up with them. I mean, at this point, it's just communication and just move and just getting those feet dancing, as I say.
Yeah.
Another little chunk play right there for Reed Spring. Brings up 3rd down and long. I mean, you never want to be in a 3rd down and long situation.
Of course, last time we were in 3rd and 7, we got the first down with Caden Reese, so.
It's true. It just makes it so much harder because I feel like your playbook shrinks whenever you're in 3rd down and long. And we do not want to punt this drive at all. After seeing what Mount Vernon did on offense, we need to pick up some yards. Shotgun formation here. Matt Allison sees a little room. Oh. Wow.
That was a very good one. Very good play.
And also what I love about Matt is his decision making. I mean, he looked, he checked his check downs, he checked his first decision, his second decision, he checked all of them. He does that so quickly, even as a young quarterback.
He kind of hesitated a little bit, but then he just started committing to it and then worked out perfectly for him.
He's such a dual threat quarterback. I mean, as we're seeing at every level of football, dual threat quarterbacks are where it's at right now. I mean, he took off, and that was a big play.
Dual threat is the new generation of football.
Absolutely. There's not a lot of pocket quarterbacks anymore.
Oh.
Wide. It's wide open.
What a play.
Wow. That's a play call we haven't seen before. Man. That was a little give and play right there. We like to call that one. I mean, nice little fake from Matt Allison, pitched out to Colton Cramblett, and Colton just slinged that ball. I didn't know Colton could pass like that, to be honest with you.
I think this gets Mount Vernon on their toes because they don't know what's coming out of them now. We're kind of on a big run right now, and momentum's towards us right now.
Not gonna lie to you, that was a big play call, and that was a bold play call, but it worked. I like what McFarland's cooking up right now offensively on this drive. Ooh, Colton's got room on the edge here. Ooh. Now we're in very comfortable goal line position here. Great powerful run from Colton Cramblett. I mean, he's just so good at reading gaps.
Yeah.
He's so good at cutting in. I mean, what a great edge block from Caden Weiss as well. That's what I love about Caden. He's not just a receiving tight end, he's also a run block tight end. I mean, that's just a beautiful combination, to be honest with you.
Mount Vernon's getting a little frustrated out here too, so.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, a nice little read. We like to go to the read option. Similar to read option is just the audience.
Yeah.
I mean, what a read option is like, so the quarterback and the running back are in shotgun formation, they're right next to each other, and the quarterback can either decide to give it or to keep it, depending on where the defensive end is lined up and if he bites on it or not. Oh, someone jumped. Someone got jumpy there. I believe that's going to be an offsides on Mount Vernon, is what it looks like.
It's going to be a close call.
Ooh, false start for Reed Spring. Got a little jumpy there. Got a little too excited. I mean, that hurts. I mean, we were on the 1 yard line. Now we're on the 6.
Especially being at 3rd down too. I mean, that's crucial right there.
And red zone scoring in football is one of the toughest ways to score.
Oh, yeah.
Because the field's so shrinked, you don't have as much room to work with. Excuse me.
You have to be careful with what you run too, because that can damage your team too.
Exactly. Wow.
What a play.
Okay, apparently Colin Cramlett's playing quarterback today. I don't know what's going on at the moment. Wow. Matt Allison just showing how dynamic, and Colton Cramlett. They can just play multiple positions. It's just how athletic they are. Matt Allison with the beautiful route there. Great delivery from Colton Cramlett, and hey, we're on the scoreboard now. Now it's a ball game. That's exactly what we needed to show Mount Vernon. Right down the middle from Colton Cramlett.
That was a very good play. That just got Mount Vernon committed into Colton because they thought he was going to run, and then they just passed it to Matt Allison. So that was perfect right there.
I mean, that caught me by surprise.
Yeah.
Not even going to lie to you, but that's how you face adversity right there. That's how you answer it for Reed Spring. You got a very solid drive going. Momentum starting to roll our way, and now it's a tied ball game, 7-7, with just under 3 minutes to go in the first.
It's almost like Mount Vernon's got a little pressure now because we're kind of on a roll, and if we get a stop, they might discourage out there.
Yes, absolutely. They definitely have to bring it now because we're here now. We showed up now. We're ready to roll. And one of the things we did very well against Lamar was special teams for us. Like that's what I noticed was special teams was absolutely perfect execution on both sides for Lamar. So I hope we get to continue that trend through this week. Oof. Good kick there from Colton Cramlett. Good team wrap up there by the Wolves. All right, now eyes are on defense now. We struggled obviously last drive on defense, but I'm excited to see what adjustments we made. We just got to tighten up. We have to get pressure on that quarterback quicker.
Yeah, defense is very key for this game because especially for Mount Vernon, they like to play defense. I mean, I think for me, just defense is going to win this game, and if we can score with our defense, that's even big for us.
We have so many playmakers on defense as well, like Caden Weist. I forgot to mention that he is a killer D-end on the outside. I mean, obviously Colton Cramlett, middle linebacker. We have so many playmakers, we just have to get these playmakers involved. Fake handoff there. Ooh. And I think that's both our impact players right there already showing up. I mean, you can just tell the chemistry between them two just on that pass play.
I think now we just need to focus on trying to stop Gray from number 15. I mean, that's all he's gone to just because of his height and just the mismatch he's got going on.
Absolutely. I mean, when you have that speed and height at a wide receiver position, it's such a big advantage. I mean, that was a good rollout by Mount Vernon and perfect accuracy. Great wrap up there by number 8. Matt Allison, QB1, plays defense as well. But Mount Vernon has liked going to that outside handoff so far, like that power back formation as we call it. And what I mean by power back is they have their running back, they got their fullback, and that fullback lead blocks. The fullback's the big boy. He's like the lineman of the running backs, and he sets that edge block, and if it's executed well, it will blow up for big yards.
A lot of yards.
Quick pass here by Mount Vernon. Great job by Reed Spring.
Yeah.
3rd and long, force a 3rd and long for Mount Vernon, 3rd and 7.
It's almost like you just got to make sure number 15, Rafe, just doesn't get the ball. I mean, that's just a lot of damage that they can do, so.
I mean, he's going to at least get 10, 15 touches this game at least.
And like you said on that chemistry, I mean, that works well because they just know where each other's going to be, and you just almost got to protect it and just trying to almost attack pressure to the quarterback just so they can get the ball quick and make a bad pass.
We'll play action here for Mount Vernon. Oh, he's just so hard to tackle. Like number 15 for Mount Vernon. I mean, when you have someone that tall, you have to hit low as a defender, especially for middle linebacker position. And for us to be able to take him down consistently, we have to have at least 2-3 people at the ball at all times. We got to play team defensive football.
course, also I think we got to be careful because they might try to run they might act like they're going to pass, but they're just going to end up handing the ball off, and we just got to be careful because that can hurt us a lot too.
I'll say if their passing game is rolling like it is, their play action game is going to be open all game. Like you said, play action right there, like we just talked about. Oh, number 44 has got some room. I'm curious if it's going to be a holding on Mount Vernon because the flag was thrown around the lineman, so.
This might be coming back.
I believe it was. Man, Mount Vernon's passing game is rolling right now. I mean, it's just, like I said, they have so many athletes at all positions. They're so quick. And it looks like they took the flag away is what it looked like. That was a big first half for Mount Vernon. Now they're in the red zone. I mean, if they go 2 for 2 on drives, what I mean by that is 2 touchdowns. I mean, they're firing on all cylinders.
And I think here they're going to try to make sure they're going to try to get the ball to Rafe. I mean, he got the last touchdown, and their passing game's just rolling, so I think they might try to go to him for here.
I mean, he's the epitome of a red zone wide receiver. I mean, just how big and long he is. Good run there from Mount Vernon.
That was a very good read.
It just seems like Reed Spring's not playing on their heels right now. Yeah. We just have it. We aren't getting that explosion like Mount Vernon is. I mean, Mount Vernon, you can tell every time they fire off that ball, they're moving guys 5-10 feet out of the way. Looks like a timeout here. Oh, just kidding. First quarter is over. I apologize. But I mean, 7-7. Tied football game here. I mean, it's a game. We couldn't ask for any more than that. But today is a special day, though, Ty Cooper. I mean, just looking, you know, something different about the flag?
Yeah, the flag is half staff for that is for 9/11. So just kind of thanking our first responders for what they've done, and especially for America. You know, it's just a sad time during that time, and just with what those people were going through. And what amazes me is the people, they know where they were when that happened, and it's just crazy how they know and how good of the memory they have.
I want to say in English class today, you wouldn't think we would learn about it in English, but we watched a lot of videos, and we were born after 9/11, so we don't get to first experience it, but it really gave me a true perspective of how important first responders are and how much love we need to show them. Like they truly do put themselves on the front lines every day and risk their lives for the protection of us. And I just want to thank every first responder, everybody that was involved, every family that was involved, just the best wishes and love for all, honestly. That day will forever be in history, and we got to make sure to continue this tradition to thank everyone that was involved. Start of the second quarter here. Tied 7-7, Mount Vernon is in the red zone. First down and 10, a new fresh set of downs, and they immediately go for a quick pass. Colton Cramble right there to shot that gap.
He knew what was going on. I mean, that was perfect.
I mean, Colton Cramble is the epitome of a middle linebacker. I mean, middle linebacker, they're usually the guys that get the most tackles on the team, and he definitely racks them up.
Especially with how quick he is. I mean, it's just perfect, and how strong and how explosive he is. I mean, he just gets to wherever he needs to be.
He's just such a leader, and he's the anchor of this defense, 110%, not a doubt in my mind. Third down and 6 for Mount Vernon. Oh, great job from the Wolves D-line right there.
Caden Sadler grabbed his jersey to hold him back. I mean, that was a small thing to do, but that helped so much.
Hey, don't forget about Blaine Blevins finishing up that tackle, though. Big boy got to eat, you know what I'm saying? Big boy got in there. Beautiful job from Reed Springs D-line. It all starts in the trenches. Looks like Mount Vernon is on their field goal squad right now. Looks like it was missed.
That was a very good stop by us. I mean, that was perfect. Just get them the kick. during pregame, I mean, their kicker just looked like he wasn't making anything either. It looked like he was struggling out there too.
Also, that's exactly what Reed Spring needed, especially, I mean, Mount Vernon had that momentum that whole drive, and we finally hunkered down and said, no, we're not gonna give him a touchdown. Great job defensively from Reed Spring.
I think now this is good for our offense too. I mean, they're just fired up and ready to go out there, and I think now it's just time to make a big play out here for the first play on offense.
So Reed Spring's got the ball on Mount Vernon's 20-yard line here. 80 yards to go. It's gonna be, we can take up some possession time here, which possession time is a huge thing in football. I mean, the more time you got ball in your possession, it's less time for the other team, you know? Man, Colton Cram was just so good on staying on his feet. He is one of my favorite players to watch, I'm going to be honest with you.
He just keeps fighting, and he's not going to go down no matter what. He just wants to gain the extra yards.
I say most of that just comes to mentality. I mean, yeah, he's big, he's built, he's strong, but that's just mental. Like, every single play, you just see the determination in his eyes. Like, I am not going to get tackled for a loss. I will fight for as many yards as I can. And that's why he's ozone running back to watch this year. Second down and long here. I mean, pick up 3 yards here, get a very manageable third down, we'll be set, move the chains. Wow. Wow. That was, I'm pretty sure the DN from Mount Vernon didn't even get touched that play.
Yeah.
That was just a miscommunication from the Wolves O-line there. Wow, what a play. What a play from Mount Vernon. I mean, that's how you pressure the quarterback. And Matt tried to throw it away there just to get the loss of yard, but there's nothing he could have done.
Especially with Matt being just new to this, being new for a quarterback. I mean, that's going to happen, and he's probably going to learn from it, and it's just going to, like, he's got to make sure he gets it out of his hands real quick so we don't lose any yards.
Third down and long here for Reed Spring. 3rd and 19.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's not good. That was just a miscommunication there from Reed Spring. Well, Mount Vernon's got it right back on their goal line right here. Mount Vernon has a perfect opportunity to put 7 on the board.
Fight back and just get another stop here like we did last time and just keep doing the same thing on defense.
Wow, I mean, what a play from Mount Vernon's got right back where they just had it. And they're definitely wanting to pull that ball in that end zone this time. I mean, not bad yards there for Mount Vernon, about a couple yard pickup. Reed Springs definitely has to hunker down here if they want to stop. I mean, like we said before the game, this is going to be a defensive game. Whoever's going to get the most stops in defense is going to win it because, I mean, Mount Vernon is so explosive on offense. They have, I mean, like you said, I mean, quarterback and the receiver are so explosive.
Especially with how athletic our D-line is. I mean, that helps a lot because we can get off the line really quick and just add pressure.
Wow. A nice QB sneak right there, as they call it. Perfect play call. I'll tell you what, Mount Vernon's loud, and if you can't hear that, oh man. This town definitely loves their football. I mean, Reed Spring, Mount Vernon just played off of Reed Spring's mistake right there and converted. Nothing else you can say about it. See if they can add the cherry on top. Right down the middle that time. Well, 14-7, Mount Vernon is leading. Just over 8 minutes left. Offensively, what kind of play call would you call after that kind of mishap we just had?
I would probably pass a little bit, obviously not do the trick play that they just been doing with Colton Cranbrook, but I think they should pass a little just so they don't they've been stopping our run game and kind of give the ball to Caden Weiss a little bit because obviously he's 1 for 1 right now, so I think that'll help too, especially with how big he is.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so far our passing game has led us to gaining yards, getting that touchdown. I mean, our passing game has been great. we definitely need to get that more in rhythm, just so because we have to establish the run game. If we don't establish the run game, it's going to make it so hard to gain yards.
And I think for Matt Allison too, I mean, you just maybe play action and just kind of read the defense. And with how quick Matt is, he can just run the ball off the line and gain some yards, and that helps a lot too. Especially with the last time he did that, I mean, it went perfectly for us.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, special teams, where it all starts. Got to secure that ball and get us good field position.
I'd like to see Caleb Solis break one loose right here.
I was about to say, Caleb Solis, I mean, such a hard worker. I mean, he can run. I'll tell you what, he's got legs.
He's surprisingly quick, and it's just amazing how fast he is. And it's almost like he's slippery too. I mean, he just gets through defense like no problem.
It's true. Right to Caleb Solis, number 17. He does take it in. That was almost scary there. He almost did lose the ball. All right, offense back out here. They just have to forget. Happened last drive, and I do believe we need a pass, but I feel like we do need to establish the run game now. Because the run game, I mean, that gets confidence. We gain 3-4 yards. A couple run plays.
Especially with the run game being big for us and just kind of build around how our offense is. I mean, we're not really known for passing, but our running game is usually really good for us.
Yeah, we definitely have to get it going so our pass game opens up and our confidence gets back.
Yes.
I mean, Mount Vernon is almost every play blitzing 6 every play. If you see what they're doing, there's 2 guys on the ends. They're pinching is what they call it to contain the outside, because I mean, obviously we love running to the outside. I mean, with those pitches we did earlier in the game, I mean, Mount Vernon's coach, I mean, has adapted beautifully to what we're doing, pinching it. So it's forcing us to go inside, which we haven't won the inside battle yet.
Yeah, it's like every time we run into the inside, they're just right there in our face. I mean, we just need to get something big right here.
Play action here. Surveying the field. I just want to point out, though, Colton Cramlett, that was a great block. I don't know if you watched that, but like you're talking about pinching off the edge, one guy got free, but Colton Cramlett picked him up immediately so Matt wouldn't get sacked.
Yeah, I kind of gave Matt a little more time so he could get a little read and just at least try to get the ball away so he doesn't get sacked.
I'll say no one really got open there. None of our receivers broke through. That was just good zone coverage for Mount Vernon.
Yeah. Luckily, he threw it away just in time and just make sure he didn't lose any yards. It hurt us a little bit.
3rd down and long, 3rd down and 10 here. I mean,
another trick play, question mark? No.
Great snag right there.
Good.
Right on the money, too. I'll say the way to beat a zone coverage is, I mean, we kind of do this in basketball, too, if I'm being honest, with a 2-3 zone. We call it hook and curl, basically. And what you do is, because there's holes in the zone, obviously, because the guy gets this half the field, another guy gets this half the field, the other guy gets the middle. But if you sit in those dead spots, because they can't cover the whole field, if you sit there and wait a while where they're not at, I mean, you'll be open. You can get a quick rack, run after catch.
Especially with a zone, I mean, there's 2 players that have a spot to cover, and if once they might miscommunicate if we're in that little gap right there.
Great punt there from Colton Cramlett. At least give our defense some room to breathe on field position wise. Our defense has to come out and play right now, because our offense is struggling right now. But we can't have Mount Vernon gain any more points on the board.
I think now, especially where we're at, I think if our defense can get a stop right here, it'll help a lot. And now, if we can score with our defense, I mean, or even try to get a safety, but we just need to make sure we stop the passing game right here.
I'll say, last game against Lamar, what set us back in that game, because we were down by an 8-point deficit at one point in the game, is we got a safety, and immediately I thought we got a touchdown. It was an 8-point play. I mean, that just triggered the whole game for us to explode. And I do agree, we do need to have a defensive play to trigger anything.
A lot of times with teams who win, I mean, they score at least one time with their defense, and that's what puts them over the edge over the other team.
Great job there from the coverage and the linebackers and corners from Reed Spring right there.
Finally, good to see them incomplete a pass. I mean, that's perfect, and we just need to do more of that right there.
I mean, we knew coming into this that the passing game was going to be the hardest thing to defend against Mount Vernon. But if we figure that out and make them run the football, we'll be in good shape defensively. 2nd down and 10 here for Mount Vernon. On the 28, got a long hike to go.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Not a bad edge contain right there. There was a big gap open. That's why I was.
Yeah. Luckily, we got there pretty quick enough so he didn't find the gap.
I say Mount Vernon loves that power back formation. I mean, they love having those blockers and those big boys running out with the running back. And it's been working to pretty decent success so far. We got them to 3rd down and manageable, 3rd and 5. Outside rollout for their QB. I mean, that good completion there from Mount Vernon. I'll tell you what, Mount Vernon's quarterback is very good at throwing on the run.
Yeah. And what's amazing is last year he played wide receiver, and now he's coming into the quarterback role. I mean, he played quarterback a little for JV, but, you know, just varsity is a whole different experience, but he's taken it very well playing quarterback for the first time for varsity.
And that's crazy. I do remember you talking about with me before the game about that, how he was a wide receiver, but I mean, he plays like he's been in that position for a very long time. His decision making so far this game has been top notch. We just got our defensive line has to get pressure on him, force him to be uncomfortable, and force him to make decisions quicker. I'm curious what the flag was. I didn't see.
Yeah.
It probably most likely it was either a false start or offsides. False start offense. That could have been a big play for Reed Spring though, because that ball was way over snapped.
They also rushed for the play like real quick, like they were running out of time.
Just over 5 minutes left in the 2nd quarter. Mount Vernon 14, Reed Spring 7. I mean, Mount Vernon so far, I mean, they're doing what they've always done every year, play sound football, play disciplined football. I mean, the one thing they really excel at and what separates them, I touched on a little bit earlier, is just how many different defensive formations they throw at you. I mean, at one play on 1st down, they were doing the pinch set, or they were blitzing 6 guys, and the next play, they're playing cover 3, and the next play they're playing cover 4. I mean, it keeps the offense thinking, and whenever you're thinking in any sport, you're not playing.
Yeah. And I think with Mount Vernon, they're just getting really comfortable on offense, especially falling in love with the passing plays. I mean, we just need to get them uncomfortable, especially for the quarterback. Just kind of add some pressure to him and make some bad mistakes because he's just thinking too quickly.
Yeah, our big word right now is pressure on defense. Pressure, pressure, pressure. So he's just going to take off right there. That was a good decision. I'll say we have 2 quarterbacks that play very similarly, which is it's kind of fun to watch. I mean, they both love to play on the outside. They're both not afraid to use their legs. They're both not afraid to improvise, and they're not afraid to make up something out of nothing.
Yeah. And they're both make really smart decisions, especially just making sure they make the right play for their team and not just focus on themselves.
I'll say the one thing that has been lacking for Reed Spring is just energy, you know, because usually our sideline's hyped up, but right now it's pretty dead, to be honest with you.
Just need to bring some energy so we can fire up this defense and offense.
Interception right there. Great tip by Reed Spring. That's what we're talking about. That's the play we needed.
There we go.
Talk about energy.
Yes.
That just boosted energy through the roof.
Yes.
I mean, great job from Reed Spring.
Now we're pumped up a little bit. I mean, this is going to add some fire to our offense. Hopefully we can get Colton Cramblett or even Matt Allison just for a big play right here.
Good thing is we have 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in the half, so we have plenty of time to take our time, get in the red zone, make up. Like, you don't have to rush. go in our playbook, take time, take our plays, and we'll get in the end zone in no time.
Yeah, we're in a perfect spot right here just to do something good right here for us to tie the game.
We also need to chew clock as well to keep the ball out of Mount Vernon's hands. That needs to be the number one goal because we don't want to score too quickly, which is kind of weird to say, but oh, that's just absolutely eaten up. Second down and 8 for Reed Spring here. I mean, that run play, which that's swallowed up for Mount Vernon. I mean, their defensive line, like I said, is just so quick off the ball. As an offensive lineman, that's a nightmare to try to block.
And like you mentioned with the defense, I mean, defense is the most important thing for this game right now, especially for them and us.
Oh, nice little fake play for Reed Spring. A little reverse jet sweep. And number 33, I mean, talk about him for a little bit for Reed Spring.
You know, him being a new kid, Abel, he's just coming in. He's quick, he's strong, and not only that, he's got a good leg. I mean, he can kick, and I didn't think he was going to be a big impact for us coming in, but so far he's been very key for us and can make some very good plays with that for us.
Yeah, the very first game, I mean, honestly, I talked to him once or twice in school, but I didn't know he played football. Whenever he was out there, he played great. I'm not going to lie to you. He's such a hustle player. Great addition to this football team. Oh, great run there from Reed Spring. I think it's red zone time. I think I sniffed the red zone.
We just need to get Colton Crandall hot here just so we can get something going for us. I mean, if Colton gets hot, I mean, everybody else is happy, and we just kind of have a good game and just rolls everything right in our hands.
First down and 10 in the red zone. Reed Spring, ball on the 17. Just under 3 minutes to go. We got to eat up a little bit more time here. We don't want to give Mount Vernon too much time. Go down and score again before half. Because I believe they do get ball at half, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, they do get ball at half.
A run play for Reed Spring, and man. We're just struggling with our blocks right now. The Reed Spring's whole line, I mean, I think it's just a communication error.
Yeah, especially like with the fumble we had, just communication. I mean, we just really need to talk to each other just so we can get the right assignments.
Second down and 7 for Reed Spring. Flag on the play. Someone definitely jumped.
This is going to help us big time.
If it's towards their way, it's definitely going to help Reed Spring. See what the refs call here. I believe that was an offsides. Yes, offsides. 5-yard penalty. Now it's second down and 2. Now that helped us quite a bit.
Now we just need to capitalize here, just taking advantage of these penalties that we get, and especially with them getting ball at half, we just need to score right here.
Looks like Cole Crown trying to get to the outside here, and he leaps, trying to get
Just
that
shy.
in. So I'll say he's barely just shy. Ooh, looks like there's I believe there was a flag on the play. Looked like a holding on the offense is what it looked like. And that's killer. That's killer for Reed Spring right there. Oh. I mean, flags are never good for whatever team you're on, but that was definitely the wrong time to get one.
They need to hurry here a little bit. I mean, 56 left. I mean, they got to do something here just to get them back into the red zone.
Second down and 11-2, second and long. We have to gain at least 5 or 6 yards to get into a manageable third down position. Take the stress off of us on third down because we're just taking so much on third down. It makes it so much harder to play football that way. Great keep there from Matt Allison. Say the clock is ticking right now. The good thing is we're in field goal position, but I feel like field goal would kind of be kind of a letdown for Reed Spring at this point.
And you can't really accept with a field goal with Mount Vernon getting the ball at half. I mean, that if we got ball at half, I mean, it'd be fine if we kicked a field goal. Right now, we just need a score to tie the game up.
Exactly. Now we're under a minute now. The clock is ticking. The good thing is we do have a timeout left, so we can use that. But we need to get to the sideline or either. And it looks like, there's a timeout I was talking about. 14-7. Mount Vernon is up here. 3rd down and 10. This is a huge 3rd down for Reed Spring. This is going to decide if we get 3 or we get 7. So
see if they come up anything special here, just for us to get a little yardage, but also need to make sure we get out of bounds if we don't get the touchdown, so we can stop the clock.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, like you said, Mount Vernon gets the ball at half. It would be very detrimental if we didn't score and they go back and they also get ball at half.
Especially going into the locker room, if we don't score here, Mount Vernon's just going to be fired up and ready to go for the second half and just be right in our mouth.
What kind of play do you think we're going to run coming out of this timeout?
I think we might try to pass here, because just if we run, that's just kind of just going to struggle, because if we do run, we need to run outside, but I think we might. I mean, I doubt we'd do another trick play, but I mean, that's been working for us, so we might see a trick play maybe here. So
personally, I'd like to see Caden Weiss get up in the middle of the field, run a seam route, and hit him wide open, because I mean, he's been open all game.
He's in the backfield.
Pitch out to right to Colton Cramblett. Colton makes about 2 guys miss right there. Put on some moves. Now we're 35 seconds left in the second half. Your clock is racing right now. And we did not pick up the first down. 4th down and 5 for Reed Spring. Looks like we might go for it here.
Need to hurry if we do go for it, I mean.
Or whatever decision we make, because now we're under 15.
We might just be going for it and just going for the last play, maybe.
I don't mind that at all, though, to make sure that Mount Vernon doesn't have a single chance to score. We might just let the clock run all the way out. Nope, timeout. 2.4 seconds left, and it looks like we are plugging us in the field goal team out there.
I mean, it's not bad getting a field goal just because you get 3 points.
I was gonna say it's better than none, but we're just. I mean, even though we do have 7 points on the board, we really are struggling moving the ball on Mount Vernon right now.
Yes, their defense has been really good. I mean, every time we go inside, they're just right there and just blitzing and just kind of adding pressure to us. I mean, we just gotta. Big thing for us is just communicate. I mean, sometimes we had some problems communicating, and they're just right there, and we just don't block the one guy that gets the tackle.
So we just kind of look confused right now. We kind of look lost at the moment. But we do need these 3 points to at least hold on to something going into halftime. I mean, Colton Cramblett, he's an excellent kicker. So hopefully it shows out right here. Oh, barely squeezes right under the right pylon. And that's the half, ladies and gentlemen. Mount Vernon 14 and Reed Spring 10. I mean, like we talked about, it's a letdown, but I mean, it's definitely better than getting 0. Definitely before half. I mean, definitely we have to figure a lot of things out here. We got to tighten a lot of screws. I mean, especially offensively, we just got to come up with just getting that communication. I mean, mainly it's the offensive line that's kind of hurting right now. I feel like because Mount Vernon is just so quick off the ball. We haven't been able to communicate, double team in the right spots and hedge in the right spots and stuff like that. But what do you think Reed Spring needs to do to improve, to fix, to make us better coming in the second half?
For us, I think we just need to, especially for offense, I know we're running the ball a lot, but I think we just need to give the ball to Caden a little more. I mean, obviously with Lamar, he's gotten a touchdown almost every game. And with that, I mean, I just think we need to get the ball in his hands a little more.
I want to say we have a lot to talk about when we come back from this quick commercial break.
In today's busy world, it's nice to experience the comforts of old-school customer service wrapped in the convenience of the modern world. Tanco's Lumber and Home Center is your one-stop destination for all your home building and renovating needs. From top-of-the-line Milwaukee power tools to all your lumber and supplies, Tanco has it all. A generous assortment of light fixtures, painting supplies, Marvin windows and doors, even automotive and sporting goods. Tanco has what you are looking for. Come visit us in Branson West on Highway 13, just across from Hardee's, and see why we should be your first stop in home supplies.
Looking for some amazing dinner options? Located on Highway 76, just east of Stonebridge Village, Ozark Mountain Pizza has mouth-watering pizza, pasta, breadsticks, wings, and more at an affordable price. The welcoming atmosphere, friendly customer service, and delicious food will crush your pizza cravings and leave you wanting to come back for more.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the RS Wolves Halftime Show. I'm your host Hunter Langston and this is Miss Hume. Last week we interviewed Coach Kendrick and just asked him how fitting into the new school was for him and just get to know the new teachers. Today we'll be interviewing Miss Hume here and we'll just be getting to know her so she can reach out to the community. So how are you doing today?
I am wonderful.
So just tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I am the new Family and Consumer Science teacher. I have 3 classes I'm teaching. I'm teaching a housing class, I'm teaching nutrition, as well as child development.
How did you end up at Reedsburg?
Well, I was originally a physical education teacher, and I just graduated in the spring. And honestly, it was kind of hard to find a job. So truly, that's why I came to Reed Spring, because I saw an opening and I thought, you know, if I want to teach anything else, it would be this subject. And I was just really drawn to Reed Spring, and that's really why. I interviewed, and again, talking about the peaceful feeling, I think it's just someplace I'm meant to be, as well as my boyfriend also is a state trooper here now. So we both moved to the area and it just really worked out.
What is your favorite thing about Reed Spring?
So far, it's definitely the people and the things to do around here. Everybody that I've met has been so down to earth and so friendly and accepting and inviting. So my favorite thing is definitely the people, and then coming from a small town north of here where there was nothing to do, I don't believe anybody that says there's nothing to do around here. There's so much to do around here.
What do you plan to accomplish in your first year of teaching here?
Really, I want to find my way. People ask me, what's your ultimate goal? Right now, my ultimate goal is to be good at what I'm doing, and I want kids to have a fun time in my classroom. I want them to come into my class and be like, oh, I can't wait to just have a good day in here, or relax and have fun in this class. That is my biggest goal, is to just have kids enjoy my classes, because not every topic is the most exciting, but that's my goal, is to make it super exciting.
All right, and last of all, is there anything you'd like to say to our audience?
I'm just excited to get to know the community better, and for the community to get to know me, and just be a part of it. I want people to know about my class. I want people to know about the school, and I just am excited to be a part of the school and the community.
Thank you guys for watching this stream tonight. Thank you, Miss Hume, for this great interview. Enjoy the second half of the game and go Wolves.
Up in the
welcome back after that commercial break, though, ladies and gentlemen. But we're going to take a little U-turn here from football. Let's talk about basketball for a little bit, because me and you are basketball guys, and we played basketball our lives, but we've had a big change up this year in the program, from coaches to players. Just kind of touch on the new coaches we've had introduced to this program.
Coach AK and Coach Noonan, I mean, they just kind of bring a different style of offense and defense for us. I mean, now with Yoakum, I mean, he was kind of the old school type of coach, but now bringing in Coach AK, he's kind of sped up our offense, and just kind of, we're going to play a lot more fast-paced now and have a lot more fast breaks.
Yeah, Coach AK and Coach Noonan are the new Coach AK is the new head varsity boys basketball coach, and Coach Noonan is the new head junior varsity basketball coach. And Coach Giebler is still at freshman from last year. We all love Coach Giebs. Throw love to Giebs every once in a while, you know. Yeah. But like you said, I mean, we had Barry Yoakum for many, many years. Like you said, he was a very old school type of coach. And I mean, he was a true patriot to Reed Spring. I will never hold that against him. And I mean, nothing but love to him. And I mean, he got a new opportunity at, I believe, Jasper, Missouri, to be a principal at high school. I mean, that's big.
Yes.
So all the love, all the wishes to him, and I hope everything's going well. But
very happy for him and what he's doing. And obviously, if there was a job to come back here, I mean, he would take this in a heartbeat.
He's always welcome back, you know. But talk about the girls' new basketball coach.
She used to be back at Reed's. I mean, of course, now she's married, and she kind of came back. And I mean, don't really know too much about her, but I know it's probably going to help a lot. Just kind of, especially with some few people leaving. I mean, she's going to help them learn a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I said, it's been a clean slate for both girls and boys basketball programs. I mean, from us to the boys, but I feel like the pace that we used to play, I mean, our pace was very methodical, kind of slow at points, but now it's fast. We want more possessions, more points, more shots, more everything, you know. So a great new fresh take on Wolves basketball. And I mean, personally as players, I mean, I know I'm ecstatic. And preseason did start for the boys and girls this week. I mean, how did that go for you?
I mean, that went really well. I mean, we just been working on dribbling, and just especially the first day, we worked on footwork, and we're just trying to get a little faster for us and for everybody. And then we got a lot of shots up, and just kind of learning everybody and learn what everybody's skills are, and know what good and how our weaknesses and what we're good at. So
yeah, absolutely. I mean, personally for me as a basketball player, I haven't seen a group of guys that have worked hard and worked together and encourage in a very long time. I'm not lying about that. I truly think that this year for our boys basketball program, we have a lot set in store, and I'm very excited as a player, and I can't wait to play and jump in on that in the next coming months. But I mean, school so far, I mean, it's going good. I mean, it's already week 3. I mean, I can't believe it's already week 3. I talked to many of my teachers today, and I was like, I literally thought it was week 1, week 2, but no, it's already week 3. I mean, with the whole situation that's going on with the high school and everything, I mean, everybody's done a great job. Everybody's done what they needed to do in and out. But they had a lot of new faces this year at the high school, a lot of new teachers along with the new coaches. Miss Hume, let's talk about her. I know we played the halftime show with Miss Hume, so I know you've got a little bit about her, but I talked to her a little bit before the interview, and I helped videotape that. But I mean, she's awesome. I'm gonna be honest with you, she's honestly one of the most down-to-earth people I've ever met in my life, and it's just awesome to see a new face. And she's young, she's awesome. I mean, she already loves this community, and she feels like she needs to be a part of this community. She loves the kids. She's good at what she does. She makes me smile every morning when I talk to her. I mean, it's awesome.
Yeah, she's very sweet, and it's like she's always been here, and we've always known each other. But she's very nice, and always have a conversation with her, and it's not that hard to have a conversation with her. I mean, we just kind of get a good chat with each other and all that. So
absolutely. And I mean, another new face is Mr. Constantine, which is a new history teacher at the high school. I personally don't have him in my class. I don't think you have him either. But just talking to him in the halls, and next week I do believe he might be next pick. He might be next pick for the interview. So I guess we'll find out more information then. But just see him in the halls. I mean, it's always good to see new faces anywhere. I mean, especially this year. But I mean, I can't wait. Like I said, we'll interview him next week, and it's going to be real exciting. But I mean, talk about like what are you most excited for this year?
Mainly, most of what I'm excited for is obviously with the 3-day weekend. I mean,
I'm going to talk about that 3-day weekend. We got to talk about that.
Just especially with the 3-day weekend. I mean, just with the different type of like learning style and how we are, especially with like smaller time. I mean, it seems like I've been getting a lot of work done. So mainly, I just love how the different learning style we are and how the teachers have adapt to that.
See, I'm going to be honest. Coming into the school from a 5-day week to 4-day week, I thought we'd be slammed with work, you know. I thought the days would be endless, like they think like they never end. But I'm going to be honest with you, like every day flies by, and in class, we work from the day we get in, the day we get out. I mean, it's nice.
Yeah.
Homework isn't overwhelming for me, at least, for a bunch of kids I've talked to. I mean, teachers are doing a very good job, and I've been very impressed. I mean, just the challenges that come with, because I mean, we have online kids and we also have virtual. Well, that's the same thing. I don't know why I just said that. We have in-school kids and then we have virtual. But I mean, just that challenge the teachers have to face from a daily basis, from teaching from there, making videos for them, teaching us in class. I mean, kudos to all the teachers out there. I can't imagine the amount of stress they're under on a daily basis.
I mean, just shout out to the teachers. I mean, they've been working really hard, just keeping up with us and kids online and making sure everything's turned in on time and make sure everybody knows what's going on and just learning the right stuff and know what to do.
Yeah, absolutely. But that 3-day weekend, that's nice.
Yes.
That's not. I mean, that's nice for kids. That's nice for teachers, especially. I mean, more time with their families. I mean, who doesn't love that?
Yeah.
I mean, us, we get more time to focus on other things. We don't have to miss school as often because we have Monday to go get a hair appointment or a dentist appointment or stuff like that comes up. That's annoying because you miss class, but honestly, that's one of the greatest things, and I'm so happy that we did that. Just the atmosphere in school, even though with all the craziness of COVID, I mean, killer COVID, I mean, you know what I mean? But I mean, this year's, every kid's so much more happy because we get more time off, more time to do homework. Homework, especially homework, on the 3-day weekend.
Especially with GSH at the end of the day, I mean, that just gives us time to do whatever we need to get caught up on or just finish homework, so when we go home, we can just chill and relax.
I mean, absolutely, and I mean, there's a new phone policy at school too. I mean, we all complained about it the first week, but honestly, I'm kind of glad because I get so much more work done, and I'm like, I come home, I barely have any homework to do because I get it all done at school. And me and you are both in very high level classes, college level classes as well. And we're still, I mean, our teachers are doing a great job, like I said. But yeah.
Yeah, at the beginning of the year, I was kind of complaining about it, but then now getting into it, it's like, I just, like you said, getting a lot more done. And I haven't really found myself like wanting to get on my phone. I mean, it's just helped so much for schoolwork.
Yeah, I just feel like I said, the atmosphere, but just, I mean, everybody's just happy this year. I mean, with the new superintendent as well, Dr. Hershey has done a great job.
Yes,
I'm going to be honest with you.
Very well.
I'm sure many of you have seen our new focus, our new mission statements and stuff like that, that we all know Reed Spring. We all love Reed Spring. We know that Reed Spring has one of the best communities in the area. Like, I'm going to be honest, like, the community has helped me and so many other people along the way. And finally, because Dr. Hershey wants to show the world what we're made of, finally. Because Reed Spring, we don't do a lot of advertisement. People don't realize how good Reed Spring is, and finally, Dr. Hershey wants to push that. And so many people are realizing it from the stream, from our social media, from the school, from our new direction. He made a whole mission plan. I believe it's a 5-year mission plan. I might be wrong on that, but it's absolutely phenomenal because people know this community is full of, we help each other out for all hard times. I mean, it's great. It's truly amazing.
Especially with COVID, I mean, battling through this big challenge. I mean, we all just got to work together and make sure everybody stays safe. And mainly with how happy we are, I mean, we're heading into the right direction. And I mean, everybody's just been handling it really well, especially at school. Like you said, Dr. Hershey with the new mission statement, I mean, he's just got a whole new goal and to attack this and get us through this big COVID deal.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we can't stress enough how much this community does for every single one of our kids at schools, every single person in this community. Without us, there would be nothing at Reed Spring. So nothing much more than love. But it looks like the Reed Spring Wolves are running back on the field here with just 4 minutes until the second half starts. So what do you What do you expect? What do you think the Reed Springles are going to come out in here to help improve and help fix the kind of problems that we were having?
I think the main thing for us is focusing on defense and just with the passing game from Mount Vernon. I mean, if we can just add a little pressure to the quarterback, I mean, just kind of get some decisions out of him and make some terrible decisions. But other than that, I mean, with our offense, I mean, we just run the ball a little bit outside, have some good passing plays. I think our passing game has been very well for us, and just kind of add a little more to that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we just haven't been able to move the ball offensively consistently. We move them in spurts, but we can't consistently get 4 yards every play, 5 yards every play. We can't get the momentum rolling at all. So I'm hoping that we can kind of fine-tune those problems, get the run game more involved, get the offensive line talking more, get them moving more, and stuff like that. So it looks like we're cut back to the field here, getting ready to roll. I mean, 3 minutes left.
In today's busy world, it's nice to experience the comforts of old-school customer service wrapped in the convenience of the modern world. Tanco's Lumber and Home Center is your one-stop destination for all your home building and renovating needs. From top-of-the-line Milwaukee power tools to all your lumber and supplies, Tanco has it all. A generous assortment of light fixtures, painting supplies, Marvin windows and doors, even automotive and sporting goods. Tanco has what you are looking for. Come visit us in Branson West on Highway 13, just across from Hardee's, and see why we should be your first stop in home supplies.
At Oakley Auto World, we strive to be your all-around best option when buying a vehicle. High-quality inventory that goes through a 128-point inspection, a service department available to anyone needing it, the custom T-Rock Jeeps for people wanting something unique, and customer service that works to get the right vehicle at the right price. Come see us at Oakley Auto World.
Welcome back. I mean, about 30 seconds left until the second half starts. I mean, that first half flew.
Yes.
I mean, Mount Vernon did a very good job with possession time. I mean, the only things they really need to improve on is defensively hunkering down in the end zone. They've kind of struggled with red zone defense so far, but I mean, behind that, they've been playing well. A lot of energy, a lot of pride, a lot of influence. And their defense is the name of their game.
Yeah. I think for us, I mean, we just need to bring a lot more energy. I mean, obviously, if we can do that, just put some fire in us, and that'll make us get over the edge and kind of put us in the lead and put us in a good position to win this game.
Yeah, absolutely. We just need to get a little bit more fire under us right now. We just come out a little bit harder. We just need to get a little bit more push because we're lagging. We're only down 14-10. We're only down by 4 points, and this has been not one of our best halves.
Yeah.
It feels like we're down by a lot more, but we're not. Our guys need to wake up a little bit, relax, and play the game of football I know they can play. Our offensive line is great. Our wide receiver core is great. Our quarterback score great. Our whole team's all around solid. The only thing I do want to see is Caden Weiss get more involved. He's only had 1 touch this game. I mean, he's a target we have to get. That's a target we have to hit. He's so explosive. He has good hands. One time he did catch the ball. His run after catch was about 18 yards. We have to get him the ball more.
Especially with how big he is. I mean, his size is just a big advantage. So if we can use that advantage for us, I mean, hopefully we can get a touchdown like he's always been the past 2 games. So.
I know. Yeah, he's been explosive.
Yeah.
We need to get that in there.
I think for us heading into the 3rd quarter, I mean, we just need to set the tone right out of the gate and make our defense really big and just kind of get a defensive stop for us just to set the tone from Mount Vernon.
Oh, we absolutely have to get a defensive stop coming out here. We like what they did setting the tone in the first half. When our first drive, they absolutely stonewalled us. We have to do that to them. We have to. We have to do that. First drive, get a stop, and we have to get our running game going.
Yes.
Open up that passing game, to get Weiss the ball. I mean, it all starts with this defensive drive. It really does. So, I mean, I'm excited. This is gonna be a really good half of football.
And I mean, it's gonna be a battle. And I mean, especially with the rivalry between us, I mean, suspect some trash talk, especially coming down to the final minutes. I mean, there might be a few penalties with trash talking going on. So
I'll say both fan bases are very respectful to each other, but I tell you what, both these teams on the field, they get after it.
Yeah, they get scrappy.
They get scrappy and they get after it because on the field, both of us want to win. When it goes bad, both of us want to shove each other's face in the dirt. That's just how it is. But I mean, just here in the student section for Reed Spring, they're getting hyped up right now.
Trying to get them fired up. I mean, we need it big time. We just need to come out here, especially for kickoff. Maybe if we can try to get the ball loose.
Yeah, absolutely. We are on kickoff here. Block up special teams, get them down on good field position for us, and get our defense out there and let's get hyped up, get some energy.
Yeah, and it seems like they're fired up right now. I mean, they look like they're ready to go. I mean, that's just the same mentality that we need to have just coming into this 3rd quarter.
Yes, absolutely. One thing we do need to do offensively, like I said, with the run game, that will also keep possession time on us, and we will drain clock, because Mount Vernon did a very good job of draining clock in the first half. We have to do the same.
And we need to get into the red zone more often. I mean, we've only gotten the red zone about 2 or 3 times, but Mount Vernon seems to be in the red zone almost every time. But if we can just get in the red zone, I mean, I think we can make a lot of good plays from there.
Oh, Cramlet ready to tee us up here. What a kick there by Cole Cramlet. That was a beauty. Good way to start. Good way to start right there.
See if we can do anything here to set the tone just from the first play. I mean, if we can do that, I mean, we can just get Mount Vernon just kind of scared a little bit.
Yeah, like I said, we need to win the trenches, because Mount Vernon won the trenches in the first half. They're big boys up front. We just have, I mean, we have the talent. We have Caden Weiss, Blaine Blevins, Caden Sadler, and all those guys can make plays. They just need to step up and make more of this game.
Now, with especially coming into the second half, I mean, every second, every play matters right now. I mean, everything you do is just going to lead towards the end.
There we go. D-line right there showing up, first play.
Now we just got to see. I mean, I'm sure now they're probably going to look to pass and see if we can see what we can do to stop that.
So 2nd down and 7 here for Mount Vernon. Ball on their own 25.
There we go. Yes.
That's exactly what I was talking about. That's exactly what the D-line needed to do.
Now we just got to be careful for the pass. I mean, 3rd down, they're probably going to pass to their best receiver, Rafe. I mean, we just got to be careful and try to stop that right there.
So 3rd down and long, that is most likely going to be their main target. I'd have to agree with that. It's a big stop for Reed Spring right here.
was a very big stop for us. Now we can just end up punting the ball, get the ball back on offense, and now we can make some plays and do what we do best.
I was going to say, that was great man coverage there from Reed Spring. I mean, Evan Gross, number 2 with the breakup right there. I mean, he just stayed on the receiver's hip, stayed very disciplined, what a cornerback's supposed to do, and jumped up and made the play. Hey, 4 and out for Mount Vernon right there. That's exactly what Reed Spring needed to do. Get that punt team out there. More time we see that punt team.
Yeah. See if Caleb
immediately waves it off.
Yeah.
Great decision there from Caleb Solis.
Now let's just see if this offense can get rolling and get off to a hot start.
Well, what I'd like to see is see the front 5, the O-linemen, be more explosive off the ball here and match the intensity and the explosiveness of the Mount Vernon's D-line, because they ain't big, but they're quick. Second down and 10 here for Reed Spring. Didn't get second down and 9. I apologize. Not much there working. First down right there.
I mean, they're trying to get Colton hot, but we'll see if we can try to bring something different here, just to get Mount Vernon guessing and hopefully guess the right for us, and we can get a right play and get a deep run.
Good yardage there on second down. Colton Cramblett fighting for all the yards he can get. Try to make that third down more manageable. Third down and 6U. Third down and medium, as I'd like to call it. Oh yeah, they jump, yep. It's just not being disciplined there for Mount Vernon. That turns a 3rd and 6 to a 3rd and 1, and that's a big difference.
Hopefully with that flag, I mean, hopefully that can get our offense rolling a little bit, and especially give us some room to breathe, not knowing that we have a 3rd down.
Yeah, like I said, relax a little bit, take a deep breath. They jump again. I think that's on us this time. Yeah, we just reverted that penalty right back. And sloppy starts for both teams right here. Just undisciplined football right now. That's all this is. Third and 6 again. Guess it was just meant to be. If Mount Vernon gets a stop here, this is gonna be a tone setter, a complete switch for Mount Vernon. Oh my!
3 penalties in a row.
That's not good. That's not good.
That's gonna hurt us.
False start again.
Yeah.
3rd and 11 here for Reed Spring. I'm telling you right now, if we keep getting penalties like this, death by 100 cuts is what Coach John Kessinger says all the time in class. I mean, little mistakes like that, do that 100 times. I mean, that's how you're going to lose. That just can't happen.
I think for us, I think they're just a little too fired up heading in. I think you just need to calm down a little bit and just breathe a little. Right now, they're just thinking too much and making wrong mistakes.
Oh, the edge is absolutely open for Colton Cramblett.
There we go. That's what we needed right there, especially a big run or just a big catch by Colton. I mean, that's what we need.
I mean, Mount Vernon came out and they blitzed maybe 7 to 8 guys right there, because immediately when Matt Allison snapped that ball, he was met with immediate contact. I mean, great decision making from Matt Allison. I mean, great moves by Colton Crambler. I mean, as a quarterback, that's one of the hardest things to read is blitzes. I mean, Matt made that quick decision. I mean, great job. Nothing else I can say there. Now we're starting to move in the positive direction right now, Reed Spring is.
Trying to get some momentum going for us. I mean, Colton, I mean, he just needs to get hot.
Second down and 6 for Reed Spring right here. I mean, 3-4 yard pickup, manageable third down, keep the chains moving. If I had one word to describe our offense right now, it's just inconsistent. I mean, Mount Vernon is just doing such a good job sealing edges, and our offense is made around hitting the edges with jet sweeps and QB blasts, and we just can't get that right now.
Yeah, they're just adding a lot of pressure to us, and just, I mean, sometimes they add some double teams, and like one man can't get both of them. So I mean, they just got that one guy adding pressure to our quarterback or to other people.
Third down and 8 for Reed Spring. And that was just swallowed up. Great job by Mount Vernon. Read the keys right. All of them did their jobs that possession. Forces a 4 and out. Yeah, like both of us said, defense is the name of the game, and Mount Vernon has controlled that half of football, without a doubt.
Now we just need to turn around and just go out and play, get another stop, and get the ball back.
I mean, that's a good punt there from Colton Crambler. I'm not gonna lie to you, that was a beauty.
Yeah. And like I mentioned earlier, I mean, I would like to see our defense score one time at least. Just that kind of hurts Mount Vernon a little, and that just kind of puts a lot of pressure on them too, especially with the lead they have.
Yeah, we definitely need something to ignite our fire right now. We're playing. I don't want to say scared, but we're kind of playing passive. I would say would be the better word to call it. We're just not seeing kids fly out and hit right now on defense. We just need something to fire us up. A good play, like you said. I mean, I got one interception we had in, I believe, in the second quarter. A tip. It was basically a tip drill, and Evergross ended up scooping it. But we need another game-changing play like that.
Especially being late in the game. I mean, if we can do that, I mean, that's just going to add a lot of pressure for Mount Vernon having a lead. I mean, obviously Mount Vernon might try to waste a little time just because they have the lead and try to get into the fourth quarter as quick as possible.
Yeah, definitely. If I was Mount Vernon's coach, I'd be chewing time like no one other right now. I mean, even though you're only up by 4 points, you can just feel that they're controlling the game. Their game is in their hands right now. If they eat up time all the way into the fourth quarter, I mean, they're in amazing shape. It's just their power runs, their outside handoffs have just worked to perfection this entire game. We can't seem a way to stop it, to contain it.
And so far, we haven't seen them pass that much so far. I mean, they've been running the ball a lot, so they're trying to waste some time.
Good job right there containing it. Second down and 5 here for Mount Vernon. I mean, like I said, they're getting those little chunk plays. I mean, 5 yards at a time, you are going to end up scoring. I mean, they are taking their time, getting up to the line, chewing that clock. They're doing what you need to do to hold the lead.
They also need to be careful about that because sometimes just kind of saving and playing a little passive like that, I mean, that can hurt him a little bit too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You need to find that balance, like you said, keeping your foot on the pedal, but also chewing clock. No gain on the play that time. 3rd down and 5 for Mount Vernon. Big stop. Another chance for us to go score 4 and out right here. We haven't had a touchdown since the first quarter.
And I think getting another stop here, I mean, that just puts a lot of confidence in our defense, knowing that we can stop them. But then we just need to focus on our offense and just try to get a good touchdown.
I believe that it is going to move the chains right there for Mount Vernon. I mean, key players right there. Once again, I mean, whenever they need to play, Mount Vernon does, they look right towards that wide receiver and quarterback duo. It's just the dynamic between them two is just, it's a sight to see. I mean, right back. Whoa. That was nice.
Yeah, that was some moves right there.
Mount Vernon has like that quick pass game, though, the screen pass as they do call it. Explain what a screen pass is to the audience for me.
A screen pass is basically just kind of having 2 receivers right there, and then one receiver just blocks for the corner, and then the other one just kind of stops and sits right there, and the quarterback passes, and it's just kind of small little play. Then with that block, you can just find a gap right through.
Exactly. Screen plays can be very effective mixing it in with your playbook. I agree. Ooh, good catch there. Yeah.
Seems like now they're trying to like put the gas on, or just kind of add some pressure to them. I mean, just adding more passing plays now, going back to what they normally been doing.
Third down and 4 here for Mount Vernon. I believe they're going to go with one of their inside or outside handoffs here. Play it safe. Like I said before, they are in control. There's no reason for them to risk anything. QB rollout here. Wow.
What a pass.
I believe they've gone to number 15 about 4 times already this drive. Reed Spring is just struggling to find a way to contain. How do you contain a receiver like that?
Usually just containing a receiver. I mean, sometimes you double team, but you just got to be careful with that. But a lot of the times you just got to push them into the right area and just push them where someone's guarding them. But not only that, with someone that big, you just need to put someone that's close to his height just so he doesn't reach over the defender.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but I think most of it too is being physical right off the line of scrimmage, shoving him enough where he gets off his route, so it makes that connection just a little bit off with the quarterback and the receiver, and also it also helps get the pressure on the quarterback as well.
Yeah.
And they battle for another first down, and we are just a little over 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Mount Vernon is up 14-10. Fresh set of downs, more clock to burn for Mount Vernon.
There we go. That's what we needed right there, and that's going to add a lot of fire, especially as you see Caden Sadler. I mean, he's fired up and ready to go.
That was good play from Caden Sadler. I mean, he played his block perfectly. He quick hands, swallowed up that quarterback.
And like we said, that's what we need, adding pressure to the quarterback so he can't make any plays. I mean, that's just perfect right there.
Second down and 15 for Mount Vernon. I mean, number 15 just tearing us apart once again. I mean, I feel like we need to play. I mean, we try to play zone right there, but it's not working. We have to man him up and have someone next to him at all
You
times.
just got to get physical with him. I mean, I see Caleb Solis right there. I mean, that's perfect. I mean, he's very physical, so I think that's a perfect matchup.
I'll say just 40 seconds left in the third quarter here. Another fresh set of downs for Mount Vernon. I mean, they're doing a great job of holding this drive right now. I mean, they have done exactly what you need to do.
What do you think they'll do here? You think they'll try to go for the touchdown or go ahead into the fourth quarter?
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say they're just gonna run the ball and get in the fourth. Absolutely swelled up from Colton Cramble at number 39 right there. They could run this all the way just in the third quarter and go in, a little timeout, and get a play. Let's say if Reed Spring held them to 3 right here, that'd be huge, because we'd still only be down by one score, a touchdown. And that is the end of the third quarter. Interesting third quarter, no points put up by either team, but
a lot of defense being played.
I'll say defense. This is a methodical game right now. Both teams are playing chess, and both teams are trying to get one play ahead from each team. But no team really in the third quarter really fought for ahead. I mean, Mount Vernon had the ball most quarter, but they didn't score. They haven't scored yet. And Reed Spring is just barely holding on right now. I mean, second down and 14, second and long. Potentially could hold them down to a third and long, which is big. Reed Spring's got to give it all they got this quarter, because Mount Vernon's just going to keep getting sharper and sharper every minute this game is played.
Especially being second and long, I think Mount Vernon might be going back to the passing play to number 15.
So number 15, put man on him, head on him all game, I swear.
So I think this next play, just kind of look here, just see if they pass. I mean, I don't see them starting to waste clock yet, especially being second and 14.
So Mount Vernon is just on the edge of the red zone on the 27. So we're gonna stop right here. We hold them to a very hard field goal. That's the best case scenario for Reed Spring. Wow. That just shows the athleticism of number 12 for Mount Vernon. It's so explosive at the quarterback position. He just took off. And the thing was I saw Kane Weiss, he screamed off that edge, and he was right in getting that sack, but number 12 for Mount Vernon felt that pressure, stepped up, and just took off.
Yeah, that was just a very smart decision by him. I mean, obviously how quick he was. I mean, he just found that gap and just ran and did what he does best.
First and goal here for Mount Vernon, ball on the 5. Looks like they barely were not in the end zone there. 3 yards to go. Score is still 14-10, Mount Vernon. I mean, this fourth quarters are all that matters. I mean, honestly, the first 3 quarters don't matter anymore. I mean, it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
It's almost like you got to treat the fourth quarter like it's 0-0 and just start from a clean slate.
I mean, honestly, pretty much it is. Yeah. I mean, a 4-point lead's nothing in football. Good wrap-up by a pack of Wolves right there. I mean, Colton Cramble obviously leading the pack on that one.
If we can get a stop here and just get them only allowing for 3 points, I mean, that's very big for us. I mean, especially only being down by 1 touchdown. I mean, that'll go big.
Big, as Ty said. Say 3rd down and 7 here. Now this is going to be a hard way to convert. 7 yards in, short in field. This is a big stop right here for Reed Spring. If we get this stop, this is big. Ooh. I don't believe he got in, no. Great stop there from Reed Spring. Way to hold that ground. 1 yard line. Do you go for it or do you go for 3?
Well, I mean, with them, I would almost go for it, but the smart play would just to be kick the field goal and put trust in your defense.
I absolutely would go for it, 4th and 1. I mean, the worst thing that's going to happen is put Reed Spring on a terrible field position.
And it looks like they are going for it, especially doing 4th and 1.
I do not blame them one bit. No, this could decide the game right here. I'm not going to lie to you about it. QB sneak right up the middle. The gamble paid off for Mount Vernon. I mean, great play call, QB sneak. They went to that once already this game, and that's how they got their first touchdown. But
like they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, that play's been around for a long time. So see if Mount Vernon can up this up to an 11-point lead with this PAT. And it looks like they do. 21-10. Mount Vernon's up by 11 with just over 9 minutes left to go.
And it is getting very loud here. I mean, just with that, it's very loud.
Now this team loves, this town loves their football. You can't deny that one at all. All right, Reed Spring, what do you do here? What do you do to put yourself back in this football game?
I think now, they just need to pass a little bit. And obviously, we haven't seen him go to Caden Weiss a little bit. So I think we just need to get Caden a little more touches right now.
I would have to agree. We do need to put the ball in our stars' hands, our star players, our game-changing players. We have to give them the ball.
And I think we do need to score this drive. Otherwise,
absolutely. We have to score this drive. There's not a doubt about it. Because if Mount Vernon gets the ball again without us scoring, you know exactly what they're going to do. They're going to chew that clock up until the game's over.
Very big run.
Great return there from Caleb Solis. Reed Spring's going to come out here and we have to score quickly and decisively. So we try to go back to that edge right there, but that just hasn't been open all game. Mount Vernon's just locked that down.
So it looks like they're forcing us just to go inside just so they can make us lose a little bit of yards, but at least we're trying something different and see if we can get something going for us.
I'll say at this point, we're going to try everything we can. Good defensive stop there for Mount Vernon. Great coverage, great pressure on Matt Allison. I'm gonna say 8:32 left in this ball game. Mount Vernon 21, Reed Spring 10. Reed Spring 2nd down and 7.
We need to do something quick here. There's not a lot of time left. So.
It's 11 points, it's a 2-possession ball game. You have to go down and score, get a stop, and score again. We have to get our running game going. I've said this all game, and I'll keep beating that dead horse, but we have to if we want to have a chance in this football game. They brought the blitz that time. Mount Vernon did, and that was executed to perfection. Immediately within 2 seconds, got to the quarterback. 3rd and 25. That's definitely not a most wanted situation to be in.
Need to pull something out of the bag here.
I was gonna say,
do something different. So.
Say a bag of trick plays. Yeah. Or
see what the coaches have up their sleeve.
Send Weiss on a little flat route and chuck it up to him.
That might be a good sign.
So we gained a little bit of yardage there, but definitely not enough for a first down.
Can't really do much about that, though. I mean, Matt Allison was getting a lot of pressure coming, so he had to get rid of the ball quick, otherwise he's going to get sacked.
Yeah, we and most definitely have to punt the ball. Yeah, we cannot go forward in this situation. We have to trust in our defense.
Yeah.
Mount Vernon, for Mount Vernon, this is when the point they put in the team and just chew clock. Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball.
Now it's just a matter of time of what our defense does and make sure we don't get them downfield and make sure they don't get in the red zone just to be a threat to us.
I'll say one of our defensive players has to make a play, a strip fumble, anything. Looks like there is a water break. I mean, with just over 7 minutes left to go, I mean, what is Reese going to do defensively to stay in this football game?
I think defensively, I mean, obviously they're going to run up the middle, so we just got to focus on the gaps and make sure nothing breaks loose. Not only that, I mean, we got to be careful for Mount Vernon on the pass and just kind of add pressure and maybe look for the quarterback just to run a little bit. So, especially with him running the last drive, so I think we just need to focus on making sure just focus on the small details for this defense.
Absolutely. Because you know they're going to run that ball in the A gap, and they know they're going to run that ball to the outside.
And they might run some option plays for the quarterback just for him to break loose and kind of get wide open for a deep run.
I'll say, keep us on our toes. And who knows, you know they're going to throw the number 15 sooner or later.
Obviously, if it's third down, I mean, most of the time when it's third down, they've been going to number 15, so.
Good little pickup there for Mount Vernon. Like I said, the clock is ticking.
They only gained 1 yard, so I mean, keep doing that. We just got to make sure they don't gain anything big. Like, even like 3 yards can be very big. I mean, 4 yards, I mean.
No, the quicker we can get them go 4 and out, the quicker, the better shape we'll be in. I agree. Great tackle by Colton Cramblett. Just the anticipation is just, it was a beautiful play. 3rd and 12 for Mount Vernon. Now they almost have to pass the ball now or force them to make plays. And that's the best thing you can do in this situation if you're Reed Spring. Force the other team to make plays.
Now it's almost like you just got to put eyes on 15 and know where he's at so he doesn't get the ball.
You also have to watch that QB scramble as well because that killed us for like 20 yards last drive.
That was very good communication of him running. I mean, you just saw everybody flow into the ball, and everyone was right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the whole Reed Spring team was shifted towards the ball. That was good team defense right there. 4th down and 7 here for Mount Vernon. I believe they're going for it.
Yeah,
This is a bold play call if I've ever seen one. If this doesn't work, this could be very detrimental for Mount Vernon. Was not. That was just a weird punt formation. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think the same thing.
I don't even think number 12 is their punter. They just wanted to make sure that they don't get the ball and hopefully return it on a punt.
Let's say with just over 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go here.
You got to get something quick, especially past the 50-yard line. I mean, you just got to get in the red zone as fast as you can.
Yeah, we need a touchdown really fast. So what we don't want to happen is us score, but we have to get the onside kick. This onside kick is one of the least probable things to get in a football game.
It's almost based on like luck, and then it's just like
it's just the ball's bounce. It really is. Unfortunately, just deflected off our receiver's hands, and I mean, Mount Vernon was just ready.
Yeah, right place, right time. So.
And that's a playmaker. I mean, the ball fell right in his lap. Didn't expect it, but still got it. All right, now Mount Vernon has great field position and time to burn. That's just unfortunate for Reed Spring.
Oh.
The ball did get poked loose at that, but I don't think we were able to grab it if it went out of bounds.
That could have been very big for us, but sadly we didn't get it. I mean, almost got to capitalize on that, especially for a late game.
That was almost another glimmer of hope for Reed Spring right there. I'm not gonna lie to you. We'll say Mount Vernon's in the driver's seat right now. 3rd down and 3 for Mount Vernon, very manageable.
Most likely they're just going to run the ball just to waste even more clock.
Yeah, absolutely. There is still time left for Reed Spring to make something happen. Ooh! Ball was poked loose again, but it just fell right back in Mount Vernon's hands.
just getting lucky at this point. I mean, especially with another fumble that went out of bounds and a fumble where all the Vernon players were just there.
I'll say their running back got a little too ahead of himself there and just got rammed. I'll say just over 3 minutes left in this ball game. Mount Vernon 21, Reed Spring 10. Mount Vernon is basically in the red zone here. Another good, powerful run right there.
Now they're just trying to run the clock out and just call it ball game.
Second down and 6. Ball on the 15. Yep, here comes the run play after run play. So timeout here call, I say right now is when Reed Spring is going to burn their timeouts. We need a miracle to happen right now. And there still is just enough time, but if we're going to make it, we have to make it in the next 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's got to be quick.
I'm not gonna lie, we needed that fumble recovery from earlier, either one. Good hits from the defense though, it's just the ball didn't bounce our way. So 3rd down and 2 for Mount Vernon here. If we get a stop and hold them to 3, it'll be a 14-point ball game, which is still a 2-possession game. But I'm afraid if they get a touchdown, it is game over.
Yeah.
I'll say Mount Vernon has just played an excellent football game this entire game. Now they just got to claim what's theirs. So that was enough to move the chains. 1st down and 10. I'll say now we're under 2 minutes here in the ball game. With every tech, it is just less hope for Reed Spring.
Yeah. Need something to happen here, right here, like just a miracle play and just get something going.
And great job by Mount Vernon, controlling the time, controlling the clock, and getting in and sealing the game. Say we don't have enough time, I don't believe, to score, but we need to score.
Yeah.
So right now it's just pride playing right now for Reed Spring.
I mean, now with how much time's left, it's almost like you just want to work on a few things going into next week.
Or you also might just want to kneel and go and just get out of here and get more time going to next week. I mean, just what a game by Mount Vernon. And they've done everything you need to do to win a football game. Possession time, defense has been the number one thing. I mean, when you hold the team to 10 points, you have such a high chance to win a football game.
And I think they knew. I mean, I think their main focus was on Colton Cramblett and just making sure they kind of limit him and make sure he doesn't get anything big.
They certainly did limit him this game. They did a great job. They did exactly what you need to do, which is team tackling. 2 people tackling him at once.
And they brought the pressure to our quarterback, Matt Allison.
Yeah, like I said, it's pride right now. Like you said, we might want to get some more looks, some more plays to see what we can do. Also, we might just kneel and go into the next game. That's the beautiful thing about sports. There's always next week.
Yeah.
It's true. Like I said, it's pride right now. Like you said, we might want to get just our receivers and our quarterback connection hasn't been really there this game. Fortunately, we just have had so many drop passes. Yeah, like I said, it's pride right now. Like you said, we might want to get some more looks, some more plays. So that's just unfortunate. So we have just under a minute 20 left to go here. Third down and 15 for the Wolves. Good pass there from Matt Allison. Good idea. Even if it did complete just a little too late. What I hope happens is we punt the ball and Mount Vernon kneels twice. At this point, you just got to tip your cap to Mount Vernon. They did exactly what they needed to do. I mean, their quarterback to wide receiver connection is just beyond.
Yeah, I would like to know how many times 15 Rafe. I would like to know how many times he got the ball, how many touches. I mean,
So I did hypothesize that it'd be 10 to 15 touches, and I'm pretty sure it was at least 10. Looks like they are in victory formation, just ending out the game here. So that is the final play of the game. Mount Vernon 28, Reed Spring 10. Mount Vernon wins by 18. I mean, Mount Vernon played great. They did exactly what they needed to do. We've talked about it. Defense. Nope. Number one. Defense number one. Their offense was great. There's nothing else you can ask for.
I mean, their defense is just really good. I mean, they focus on a lot. And I think defense is probably the best thing they could do right now, especially to stop us.
I mean, like I said, Reed Spring just had some hard shifts tonight. I mean, unfortunately, things just didn't connect as we wanted to. Our offense wasn't rolling, and that's all I can say. Next week's a different game, and we have a softball stream this Tuesday. We'd love to see you come out to that, and thank you guys for tuning in tonight, and thank you for all the first responders, like we said, for 9/11. We really appreciate and love all of you. But you guys have a great night, and see you on the next stream.
Yeah, thank you.